Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 21 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 2115. Find all possible recipes from given supplies. You have information about n different recipes. You are given a string array recipes and a 2D string array ingredients. Okay, the ith recipe has the name recipes of I, and you can create it if you have all the needed ingredients from ingredients of I. Okay, so if this recipe, okay, is at index 0, then the ingredients of this recipe, they are also at 0 index. Okay, so at 0 index we can have 1 2 3, okay, lot of ingredients given to us, right? A recipe can also be an ingredient for other recipe. Okay, so if using few ingredients I make a recipe, okay, then if later on I am trying to form any other recipe, new recipe R2, so in that recipe R2 I can use this also as my ingredient, one ingredient. Okay, maybe the recipe 2 requirement is that this recipe 1 ingredient. So you can take an example like this R1, you can say that this is mozzarella cheese recipe. Okay, then R2 is nothing but pizza, right? So in pizza you are going to add this recipe that you have prepared, that is nothing but mozzarella cheese, right? So you are going to use this. Okay, so a recipe can also be ingredient for other recipes. Then ingredients of I may contain a string that is in the recipe. All right, so that's what, okay, I already explained. Then you are also given a string array supplies containing all the ingredients that you initially have. Okay, so these are the ingredients that initially we have, and you have an infinite supply of all of them. Okay, we have to return a list of all the recipes that you can create. You may return the answer in any order, and note that two recipes may contain each other in their ingredients. Okay, so this is also possible. Done. All right, so now if you see the constants, so recipes dot length, ingredients dot length is always same. Okay, for each recipe at a particular index we have the ingredients list given to us at that particular index. Then n value is ranging from 1 to 100. Then ingredients dot length, okay, or this supplies dot length, it is in range from 1 to 100. All right, and then recipes dot length, ingredients dot length, okay, and supplies length, it's always from a range 1 to 10, and this consists of only lowercase English letters. Then all the values of recipes and supplies combined are unique, and each ingredient doesn't contain any duplicate values. All right, okay, so now see this example number 1. So in this example number 1, if you see, this is a recipe. Okay, so we have to form this bread. Okay, and for bread, what are the ingredients we need? So see this complete list. We need yeast and 1 flour. Okay, so initial supply we have yeast available, we have flour is also available, so we can easily form this bread. Okay, so our output consists of bread. Done. Okay, now example number 2, bread. Okay, and to form bread we need yeast and flour. Okay, so in the supplies if you see, we have yeast and flour given to us, so we form bread. Okay, so now if I form this bread, so let's add this bread in supplies. Okay, let's add this bread in supplies, because this bread is also now one ingredient, okay, for some other recipes in the later on. So now I want to form this sandwich. So for sandwich I need bread. So yeah, now we have added bread, and we have meat as well. Okay, so now we can form this sandwich as well. So output is bread and sandwich. Okay, so we can create bread since we have the ingredients yeast and flour, and we can create sandwich since we have the ingredients meat and can create the ingredient bread. Done. Then example number 3, so we have to form bread, we need yeast and flour, and yeast, here yeast and flour available, bread we have done, bread we have formed. Okay, so here let's add this recipe bread. Okay, then next time we have to form sandwich. For sandwich I need bread and meat, so bread and meat both are there. So now I have formed sandwich, so let's add sandwich here in the supplies. Okay, now here for next we have to form burger. Okay, so for burger we have sandwich, meat and bread, everything, so done. So we can form everything. Okay, so output is bread, sandwich and burger. Okay, that's what we need to do. All right, so now how you guys are going to solve this problem? So you can simply implement here BFS approach, like you can just do one thing, create one set, okay, and in the set you have to add the available items like yeast, flour and corn, okay. So then after that you have to use queue. So in the queue you have to add process the recipe indices like this, okay. So here this recipe is at 0 next, so we will just add this 0 in my queue. Then we have to return one list of the recipe that we can form. So I will just create one created recipe name array list, okay. In that I will just add all those stuff, right? And then after that what I will do here, so I will create one I will process all the recipes in the current queue. So for that purpose you can here you can run one while loop while your queue dot size is greater than 0. So until okay, for that just remove this, okay. uh, pull this from your queue, okay, this bread. So once you pull out this, okay, then you have to check if you can create this or not, okay. So how you are going to check if you can create this or not? So you have to uh, uh, check all the ingredients here. So first you will go to yeast, so you will check whether this yeast is available in the supplies or not. If it is available, good, move next. Flour is available, good. So if both are available, then we can form. So if we can form, then we have to add this bread to the recipes, right? And then after that, for the next element we have to check, but since it is not possible, right, so we have to stop there, okay. So we go out of bound, right? So that's it. So this is what we need to do, okay. So now without wasting time, let's write the code, okay. We have to track the available ingredients and recipes. So first of all, let's create one set, okay, set of string, okay, and let's name it as available, okay. And now after that, here you can write new hash set, all right. And now in this hash set you can just pass all the supplies. So here you can iterate over all the supplies one by one and then add the elements to set, or there is one more way, okay, in one line if you want to solve this. So you can write arrays dot as list, okay, you convert it as list, okay. And then you have passed all the supplies, okay. So here you can write supplies, okay. So you have converted this array to a list and then you have passed all the supplies, all right. Then we have to write the queue to process recipes indices, okay. So here queue, okay, and here you have to write integer, all right. And here you have to write recipe queue, okay. And here you have to write new linked list, all right. And then after that this is done, okay. And then you have to just iterate over all the recipes one by one, and then you have to just add the index, okay. So in the queue we have to just process the recipe indices, all right. So for that purpose, here for int idx is equal to 0, idx it should be less than you can say here recipes dot length, okay. And here plus plus idx, okay. Now inside this you have to write recipe, here you can write q dot offer, okay. And here then you have to write idx, okay, done. So now once this is done, then you have to return the result, okay, list of string. So I will just write that, okay. So I hope that until now everything is clear, okay. List of string, okay. And here you can name it as created recipes, okay, created recipes. So here new array list, okay. So now after that, here I am going to create one variable last side, okay. And here I am passing initially -1, okay, in this last side, all right. And now I will check queue size, okay. So now why I'm doing this, okay, let's understand that. So queue size I'm taking this simple your recipe queue, okay. Recipe queue dot size, all right. And done, okay, this is done. So here you can write while, okay. And here I will do available dot size, okay. the size of this, okay, supplies, okay, if this available dot size, okay, if it is greater than last size. So right now it is greater than last size, okay. So that simply means that this time we are executing whatever inside this while loop, okay. So that is why I took last size equal to -1 initially, right? So now this time what I will do, I will update the size of this last size to the available dot size, okay. So that simply means that now the size is modified to the actual size, okay, of this last size. All right, so here this is done. So now this size becomes equal to, okay. So now next time if I form a recipe, and that recipe, okay, if that recipe I can prepare completely, okay, so then after that I have to add that recipe in available, right? So if I add that recipe in available, then available size will increase, okay. Then simply means that that time also I have to again execute whatever inside this while loop. But in case if I form all the recipes, okay, and then the size is not increasing of this available, then this condition will fail, right? Then we have to stop, okay. So that's the purpose of this. Done. So now here int inside it, this you have to write int q size, okay. So here you have to write recipe q, okay, dot size. All right, and here done. Now we have to process all the recipes in front queue. So this is very normal thing that I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to check if all the ingredients are available. If all are available, then after that I can form that recipe. If I can form that recipe, I have to add that in available, okay. So here simple one while loop, okay. Inside this we have to process all the recipes in the current queue. So while, so then after that queue size, okay, later on we will decrement, okay. First time queue size will remain as it is, okay. Then I will compare it with 0, okay. Then for the next one I have decremented minus minus right now, okay. So now int recipe idx is equal to recipe q dot call, okay. And then boolean can create is equal to true. All right, okay. And then we have to check if all the ingredients are available, right? So now here we have to write for string ingredient over ingredients, okay, dot get, okay, this particular recipe index, recipe idx, okay. So now in that case we will inside this we will check if not available, okay. So if not available, okay, if that particular ingredient is not available in the supplies, so here I will check if not available that contains, okay, this particular ingredient. Then in that case what I have to do, we have to update this can create, okay, to false, okay, false. All right, and then we have to just simply break it, okay. And this is done. Now after that here we have to write if not can create, okay. And here after that you have to check recipe dot recipe q dot offer and recipe idx, okay. And here in the else part you can write if recipes can be created, add to available items, okay. So here available dot add, okay. And here you have to write recipe, okay. And here inside this recipe idx, okay, done. And then here created uh, recipes, okay, dot add. And then here inside this we have to write recipes, okay. And here we have to write recipes index, okay, idx. All right, so this is done, okay. So now here this is done, this is done, this is done here. And here you can simply return created recipes, okay. So now let's run the code and let's see if there are any mistakes, spelling mistakes or anything. Let's see. So yes, that's what was expecting, okay. So now let's fix that, okay. So here int line number 14, int q size is equal to recipe q dot size, okay. So here what is the issue then? Okay, queue size. Okay, I have already declared this here only. Why? Right, so if I declared it here, and why I'm writing it inside this? Okay, so this is done. Now let's run it. Okay, so here there's one more mistake. So here spelling mistake, right, as expected. Okay, here where is ingredients, so copy this spelling, paste it here. Okay, now I think we are good, right? Let's run it again and see. So all the test cases has been accepted finally. Okay, now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.